Hello, this is Judy. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be working on our Cardstock Carnival that Close to My Heart is having as a special for March of 2022. And I love our cardstock. It is phenomenal. It cuts the best in the Cricut of any cardstock I've found. It's dark on one side and light on the other. It has a white core because it is white paper that is coated with the color or printed with the color. I'm not sure which one, but it is white core, so when you tear it you get a white edge. A bunch of Close to My Heart makers are putting on a blog hop and I'm part of it, so I thought I would do a video and make a bunch of ideas that I have just to show you. It'll be a quick overview of projects that I've made. So I'm going to use a bunch of my scraps and make monochromatic cards in a bunch of different ways to hopefully inspire you and show you how great our cardstock is. Now, we just came out with a new coated cardstock for this Cardstock Carnival, and it is called a UV coating, but it's shiny on one side and then the regular color on the other. And it is even better for certain applications. It cuts great in the Cricut. Again, it adds a shiny presence to your projects. It's just gorgeous. So, you know, it's just, I'm inspired by so many things that they give us to work with. It's just great. So our cardstock is one of our best sellers, and it's because it's so good. It's high quality cardstock. So this sheet is an overview of the actual pricing that they have. So you can get the coated cardstock right now for $34.95. It is discounted to $26.95 for the whole set. You get 2 sheets of all of these colors, 24 sheets for $26. So it's a little over $1 a sheet. It's a great value. Now you can get a whole package of cardstock, every color we have, 7 sheets of every color. And the whole kit and caboodle is $237.66, but discounted for $165. So I think it's like a little over 50 some cents a sheet. It is an incredible value. And they list all the colors. You can also get like a dark red bundle, a green bundle. So you get 8 sheets of 3 different, so there'll be 24 sheets for $14.95 is the sale price, originally $18.95. And that's only for March. Regular packs of cardstock on sale for $13.95 for 24 sheets of all the same. The White Daisy is on sale for $9.95 for 24 sheets. And our White Daisy is smooth and wonderful white cardstock. And all of our cardstock matches everything in the catalog. The paper packets, the markers, the ink, everything coordinates together. So that's one of the best things about it, is I don't have to guess at what matches what. And they also have books available that shows you what colors look good together. So it gives you ideas on that if you have a problem matching colors. So they work with us so well. So now I will get on to some projects. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cut a bunch of the cardstock with this thin cut, which is from a prior year, I believe, at Christmas time. But any thin cut that has a die cut image out of the middle would work for this type of a project. And I'm going to cut one of every color, so I'm going to get whatever strips I have and cut this one on each side. Ran all these through and got them thin cut, and I also have a same color cardstock for underneath, so it'll be the light side on the dark and the dark side on the light. And I'm going to put them all together and then layer them to make a couple of really nice cards. Simple, but so pretty. So I'll do that for all of them. I have all of my pieces glued together. And aren't they just wonderful? I just love them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a slimline card. These pieces are a little bit too long for a standard card size. And I had one here. They're just a little bit too long for a standard card size, so I'd have to trim off both ends to make them equal. And they're also too long to go here. However, for the 3.5-inch side of the slimline card, if I cut off 2 of the pieces, I can cut it almost exactly the same as that side. So I'm going to make a row all the way down the card. So I just have to figure out which ones I'm going to use and then adhere them. I think I like that layout design the best. Okay, so I've got 2 cards done, and I looked on the website to see if there was a comparable thin cut to use, and this thin cut is actually still available. It's part of a set called Yuletide Borders. So I'll put a picture of the thin cut set and the number here. You can go to my website, stampinforever.closetomyheart.com, if you're interested in getting that. And while I have these out, I'm going to thin cut this word, and this is also available. It is a double thin cut. Here it is. And it is thanks. So I think it'll look really good on this because it's big enough. So I will thin cut that out in a minute. But I wanted to use these little pieces up. So what I thought I would do is layer it onto this Lagoon cardstock that has the shine to it, the UV coating. But in order to do that, I wanted to make some template strips. So I cut 1/8 of an inch strips. And I'm going to put a little bit of this green glue on it because this dries tacky. And if I can get it out. Okay. So it dries tacky. So I'll let that dry for a second. And I'll put some on this one because I need 2 of them. And you don't need a lot. You just want them to be like a post-it note so that you can tack them down and pull them right back up again. So I'll give those a minute to dry, and I will thin cut these out. So look how well this cut out. Isn't that cool? It just pops right out. So we're going to do the thanks first. I decided to put another thanks on the other card. So now I'm going to pop this thanks up on foam adhesive. And our scissors are really great for, these are non-stick, so they will cut this foam into tiniest pieces, which comes in really handy for letters like this. There's card number 1. Okay, now we've taken out our bitty sparkles, and these are gonna look so nice in the middle of these little embellishments. Look at that. Ugh. Okay, for card number 2, I'm gonna put a little bit of ATG in the corners to hold it onto my Versamat. So I'm gonna try and go 1/8 of an inch all the way around for the border. What this does is gives me a guide of where to put these squares so it's even in between all of them. Now I'm going to take this off real quick. I would like to take it off the other end. And then I'm going to pull this one up. And put this one back down. And then put this one on here. So now you gotta get under here and get that off of that tape. It's pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, this is my other card. I decided to put it on the white, and I think I like it better. So we'll see. So I got my Perfect Layers tool out here, and I'm going to trim this down. And this is the kind of project where I will make sure that I use this tool for. So it gets the exact same measurement all the way around. You want to have a good sharp blade. Now these Perfect Layers, I believe We Are Memory Keepers makes them. They're layering tools. This is from a company that I purchased them probably 25 years ago. I don't think they have them anymore, so I'm not even going to bother mentioning, but they last forever. They take good care of your tools. So yeah, that looks much better now that they're all trimmed down. So this one can go directly onto a card base. And then I can put a sentiment on it. And I might be able to put it right in the middle here. And this one, I could probably layer it onto a piece of cardstock. And then put it onto the white card. And this harbor paper is beautiful. Let's see what the other side looks like. And this is why our cardstock is so nice. You could pull in just about any color and it would go. It would match. So this looks really pretty on there, right? So I will put it on here. And I'm going to show you a trick I do when I do my thin cuts that I need to have a little extra secure and stiff. I'm going to put a little bit of this glue on here. I'm going to fold it together. Now it's 2 layers of cardstock. Now, not every die cut machine will cut through this, but the Close to My Heart die cut machine cuts this like butter. I ran it through, so I wanted to show you what it looks like. And this was the 2 layers of cardstock, remember. Don't forget your eye if you get this sending hugs. And these thin cuts are all still available. Look at how nice that came out. Okay, I'm ready to glue these down now. You want to make sure that you really have some good glue on these, or they won't stay because there's so many layers. But oh, this just looks so good. So I'm going to do the because first, and then I can adjust everything else. And after I get this down, I'm going to put it under my Versamat, some weight on it. Now after this is flattened and dry, I might go over it with liquid glass just to make it all shiny. And this one, I've been contemplating not having it on here, but the more I let it sit here, the more I like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it down. That looks good. Okay, we'll move on to card 3. Okay, for the next one, I brought out my big roll of double-sided tape. Now, we do have adhesive sheets, and it might be easier to use those, but I want to use this up. I've had it a while, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it out, and I'm going to take my strips of cardstock. It might be easier for me to do it this way. And I'm going to line this up on my Versamat. And now I can lay these across. The first one's the hard one. If you get it crooked, then everything will be crooked. That one looks pretty good. And I'm going to again use the monochromatic color scheme. And I'm going to use up my scraps paper. I made a long strip. Now this piece can be used cut this way for making borders along my pages. You can line up letters and cut out titles. You can cut out die cuts. You can cut out a whole bunch of different things with this. I've made some in my past videos, but this is a really great use of scraps, and it's already, once you cut it out, to peel it off so it's sticky already. And I'm going to move on to the next project that I have, and I'm going to use these butterfly thin cuts. These are also still available. Okay, for this next card, I'm going to leave a portion of it uncut. And I think you will like how this comes out. And I'm just putting this down for your reference so you can see. So I'm going to lay my plate here. So it's just going to cut out this portion of the butterfly. This is what it comes out to be. And be careful tearing this tape off of your paper. So that's what it is. So I'm going to take my craft knife and I'm going to cut here. I'm going to use my Versamat to line it up. And I can see with that cut line and that cut line. So be careful cutting. I think I got to it. Nope. Okay. So now you can take that piece away. And then you have your partial die cut. We're going to fold our card, get my bone folder, and give it a good crease. All right, so that's the basis of your card. So now let's get this piece and this piece out. And you could actually cut another one of these to lay on top of that if you wanted to. Just gonna make it multi-layers. I die cut a bunch of the butterflies, and as you can see, some of the pieces are still in there, and don't worry, they all pop right out there. They come out so easy. It's just that coated cardstock likes to stay in the little holes, and I don't know if it's the coating or what, but they're all cut out. They're just need a little help getting out of there. Trying to figure out if I want to put this on here directly or if I want to put this like this, because it has the 3 layers. And for the background, I cut a piece of the paper that I made on that sticker paper, and I'm going to put that in here. I think it looks better with the white. Oh yeah, that's cool. Okay, so let me get this adhered down. And I think I'm gonna have to ink the edges of this. The blade on my cutter didn't cut through it very well. So I'm going to ink it first before I take the sticky off. Got my sponge and the sapphire ink. I could also use Harbor, but I think I'm gonna use the sapphire because that's what I've used on the piece for the butterfly. And I also got the sentiment I'm going to stamp on the lightest pieces of the cardstock here, which will be hidden by the butterfly. And what I like about this is because the cardstock is double-sided, light and dark, you can do this with the cardstock so easily without having to buy tons of different colors, but I love all the colors. So it is sticky. So be careful putting it down. I could have peeled just a piece of it off so I didn't have it all sticky, but hopefully I'll get it on here okay. Yeah. All right, so let's stamp the sentiment. Put it on the cushion. And this stamp is the happy birthday from this stamp set. In our core catalog, it's Happy Cake Day. Okay, so yeah, the new collection is Cake Day. It confused me because I know this is in our core catalog, but I'm gonna do it on a scrap piece just to make sure I get a good impression. Perfect. So all I have left to do is to adhere the butterfly. And I made it double layered so I could do one here and on the front. So this looks really cool, right? But I think I kind of want to put something up here, and this little butterfly might fit really well. So let me see what he looks like popped up. Looks like he's in the background, so that looks really cool. I think I'm going to put him down. I'm going to leave him tucked behind that butterfly so that it stays closed. So you can open it and then tuck it back under there. Cool. It's nice that it works out like that. So now I need a little bling. Oh, I finished the other cards, so here they are. So they look really good. So again, we have these. And here's the bitty sparkles. I had to find the big ones for his body, for the big butterfly. So I hope you enjoyed this. Our cardstock is fabulous. I should say Close to My Heart's cardstock is fabulous. And I highly recommend trying it out. You won't be disappointed. So I hope you enjoyed these card creations as much as I did. I love how these came out. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Again, my website is stampinforever.closetomyheart.com. I'll put a link down below in the video description and on the screen. And I hope you have a wonderful day. If you like this, please subscribe and hit that like button, and recommend it to others so that it helps me with YouTube, and go through that blog hop that I'm part of, and I will link the blog in my description as well. So I think I covered everything. Have a wonderful day.